Basically, I just draw from personal experience a lot of times. When you hear my music, it's 9 times out of 10 something that I went through or experienced firsthand. What's up? My name is E Reece. Originally from Maryland. Been in LA since 2001, so I'm an official LA resident now. Since I've been in LA, things have just been, steadily moving. And so I kind of felt like when I got here, I needed to stay and, kind of plant my roots and my seeds a little bit. For me, it's, I have like a real internal drive and internal motor, you know what I mean? And it hasn't really come from any other person telling me such about my music. Like I get, it's not as commercial, obviously. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm going for. You know what I mean? Because that's not really the music that comes out of me naturally. And I think organic hip hop best describes the type of music I make because it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? It's from my mind, body, and soul to your mind, body, and soul. It provides you with positivity. You know what I mean? And it's not filled with anything negative or any chemicals or additives or preservatives. You know what I mean? It's just something that's good and positive for you. So I kind of, turn my music because that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not coming from any negative place, and I just try to tell the truth. That's it. Well, I mean, I grew up in band situations. I grew up playing jazz saxophone. So I first picked up the saxophone at age 12. You know what I mean? So I had that musical ability in me, and I always wanted to have my own band. Being a leader of a band, that kind of actually got me ready to have my own. You know what I mean? So basically, it's funny. I actually started my band via Craigslist in 2005, and from there it just kind of grew. Like once I found a key player that kind of stuck around, and I knew that he was on the team, he kind of like brought in other people. You know what I mean? That he knew and was comfortable with, and so kind of just grew from there.
Welcome. This is the E Reece Core Element Show.
And when we come together, it blends and it fits, and it just feels good. From jazz being in me from such an early age, I would have to say Charlie Parker and Miles Davis, and I played the baritone saxophone growing up. So there's a dude named Jerry Mulligan, who's really prolific baritone sax player, who's one of my favorites in music. As far as this hip hop, I would have to say like Run DMC, you know what I mean, pioneers like that, KRS-One, you know what I mean, Eric B, Rakim, Redman, Busta Rhymes. And then outside of hip hop, my main idol in music, I would have to say is Prince, because the dude is just phenomenal. You know what I mean? He's just out of this world with everything he does. Music is not the only thing that I do, you know what I mean? I actually got started in the business acting and modeling. You know what I mean? I was giving a speech actually in college, and I never thought about modeling at all, ever. You know what I'm saying? And this female comes up to me after I had given a speech in class, and was like, "Hey, have you ever thought of modeling?" I was like, "No, actually I haven't." She was like, "Oh, I got an agent. I think you should really see him, check him out." And from there, I kind of got big. You know what I mean? I was just like, man, maybe I can, take this somewhere and really do something with it. And so after that came the acting thing, which is kind of, the natural progression. Actually, I was in New York the whole time I was there. It was more so doing the acting and modeling thing. And music at that time or rapping at that time was more just a hobby. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until I got to LA to where it was like, oh man, a light bulb went off, and I was just like, yo, this is what I should be doing, because this is my true love, my true passion is music. So ever since then, music has been my number one.
My body body's my temple, and I treat it like such. Had to cut back on buying booze and twisting the Dutch. I shifted the clutch to take it to another level. I'm a hip-hop rebel, a revolutionary.
The current project is called Concrete Steppin. It's my latest solo joint. It's my second solo effort. My first solo album was called A New Breed. I released in July of 2007. And then I released a project with my band out in Japan actually at the end of 2008 called Listen to This Live in the Studio on Mic Life recordings out there. And then the top of 09, I independently released a different version of that band record here in the States. So now, being summer 2010, I kind of like want to give something to the people at least once a year, you know what I mean? So with this latest record, like I said, it's called Concrete Steppin. It's going to be released on Elevated Mental HiPNOTT Records. HiPNOTT is owned by Kevin Nottingham. Kevin has got a real big, popular hip-hop blog, KevinNottingham.com, so check that out if you're not familiar. But mainly it's going to be a digital release coming out July 27th. I'm booking shows now through the fall and into winter, and really, working on getting out to Europe actually too, and help support the record that way. Featured on this new record, Concrete Steppin, the homie Buff One, who's actually from Michigan. Othello from a group called Lightheaded is also on the record. And as far as production, on this new record, I got songs by Odyssey and Cat Brown, the homie Pro Mike. This project is definitely a step up for me. You know what I mean? I think it's really gonna awake a lot of sleepy heads out there. So stay tuned, pay attention. EReeceLive.com is the website. I'm on MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter, of course. And just support, you know what I mean? If you like it, tell your friends, tell your family, spread the word, you know what I mean? And, keep your ear to the street, and, I'm doing this for y'all as well as myself, so EReeceLive.com is it. I have a lot of dreams where I can fly, and, I'm just up in the air and I can see everything, and, I think it would just be dope to be on some Superman, just be out, you know what I mean? Incredible Hulk, I like to say. Just because I'm kind of like him, you know what I mean? Like, we're all good, but then you cross me and I can change.